6 p.m. I'm sure that every Wednesday evening, when you hear this soundtrack, you know that it is time for Leaderboard series. My name is Abnaki Yadom, seated right here on YFM 102.5 Kumasi. It's yet another week to delve into a very powerful conversation that I believe would absolutely change your life. So don't tune off. My guest tonight, I am sure, would mesmerize you with all his intelligence. But let me say a big shout out to Ambi Executive Restaurant, a proud sponsor of this show, for always holding us down. We truly appreciate Ambi's sponsorship. Then again, to see Wide Phones, the home of quality mobile phones. In fact, let me talk about Ambi a little bit, all right? Ambi Executive Restaurant is situated in the heart of Adiemra. Now, when you walk into Ambi, whether you need breakfast needs or lunch needs or supper, dinner needs, it would all be met. Ambi would make sure that by the time you leave the restaurant, you're full. And you're full in a good way. You've ate well, very nutritious, very affordable. And the space, the ambience is very welcoming. So take all your big people, your small people, your friends, loved ones, everybody there to have a good time. Away from Ambi Executive Restaurant is C Wide Phones. C Wide Phones is still running their buy now, pay later policy. And so all you need to do is to just have a Ghana card, just show that you are truly Ghanaian. Once you're Ghanaian, you stand a chance of getting a phone now, and then as and when you can afford to pay, you pay them. And then finally, my beautiful family, NK Splendor Beauty Salon, located at Ahojun Shaeso, adjacent the golf park. Or call NK Splendor Beauty Salon. They run everything beauty. From hair, they will make your wigs, they will style your wigs, they will wash your wigs, revamp them. Then again, they have a spa session now for both men and women, and they do everything salon service. So just come around, book us makeup, book us for your weddings, your naming ceremonies. Let's style you and make sure that you go out there looking like a brand new Ghana city from BOG. Finally, let me remind you that we are still donating towards the Hill Konfanochi project. Mr. Konfanochi dear, yeni na ye dabremo, and na ubi tumada ufia dear but you sorry now the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. Esida inti Mr. Adieba kwa mehun soon say one of the things that speeds up healing is the ambience, is the space you find yourself in whilst you're healing. Alright, if the space is very neat, conducive, kakra ya na ho ato what you say oduyefo ne ye adwuma kitikiti na wa okay, but ho nyi need ho kra no kwasa ko fire a ho ntoda. So let's donate to renovate Konfanochi Teaching Hospital to be the space that we want to be. Pacho obefa o phone now what dial star 776 star 1955 hash, and now say mobile money number no fa na sendi bibika krebi say teku say simple yebeje na therefore na say tutu osi odasi abrow intifa number no 0544 195 525 merchant ID no so 195 525. Right, ladies and gentlemen, the time is up. Now, tonight on Leadership Series, we are joined by a man whose journey in Ghanaian politics is marked by bold vision, resilience, and an unshakable belief in destiny. He's an accountant, an entrepreneur, a political trailblazer who founded not just one but two political parties, the Independent People's Party and then now the Rising Liberal Party of Ghana, that's the LPG. From being disqualified in 2016 to returning stronger in 2020 and now leading the LPG into the 2024 elections, his story is one of remarkable perseverance. Now, he is very passionate about youth empowerment, job creation, and the future where every Ghanaian has a fair share and shot at success. Known for his unapologetic optimism and faith in God's plan, he boldly declares that it's only a matter of time before he becomes Ghana's next president. I am personally marveled by his unshaking confidence in the Ghanaian political industry, if it's safe to call it, and his leadership style blends strategic thinking with grassroots connection, making him a compelling voice in the Ghanaian political scheme. Ladies and gentlemen, it is such an honor for me as a radio host to sit with this man. Before today, I had chanced on him a few times at the then Golden Tulip Hotel, now Lancaster. I think he frequents there sometimes to hang out with friends and family. But I have the honor to sit with him and ask all the questions I have loaded. And I have seated right in front of me Mr. Percival Kofi Akpaloo, LPG man Lancaster. Chief Akwaba.
Yeah,
Pacho, what to say? You look fabulous. Me who be now ya brand you.
Dalu.
What's Dalu?
Oh, most of my wife for a restaurant.
Ah, okay.
It's a restaurant, you know, the funny Dalu.
Ah. They told me an interesting character. I'm a wife. How old are you?
Oh, I'll be 55 this year in October.
Wow.
October 16th.
And
I'll be 55.
What's your secret? Because you look very young and energetic.
Oh, I've just said to you that because
apart from the good food,
yeah, you eat well, you think well, and you grow well. So that's all. You have to eat well. It's very important. You eat well and then you sleep well. I don't worry.
You care less about.
Yeah, I don't worry.
You don't burden yourself with a lot of things.
I don't worry about anything. I don't worry about anything because I've come to realize that in this world I can do little.
That's true.
And everything that happens
for a reason.
So what I have to do is to look back and study why it ended up this way
and find a solution to the problem.
And then sometimes what you think is the least expected is what you need to get you to the level that you want to reach. So it becomes sort of like a stepping stone for you to jump and get up there.
Ladies and gentlemen, me pacho mini I think it's safe to call you honorable, right? Yes.
Oh no, I will be happy you call me Kofi.
Kofi, okay. Kofi Akpaloo, the presidential candidate for LPG. Young Konkwan. Timpacho, watch us live on Facebook. We are streaming live on our Facebook page at Y102.5 Kumasi. Please join me live. I'll be willing to read your comments out to him. Let me ask you, what's transpired your transition from accounting to entrepreneurship?
Actually, accounting and entrepreneurship go hand in hand.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like instinct. It's something that I was born with. You know, when I was a toddler, when I was a child, like 7 years thereabout, I started trading. You know, I was selling kerosene, because those times they very much access to electricity.
Yes.
So
we used to lantern
and things like that, and they were doom saw all the time, you know.
Back then too?
Oh yes, we call it lights off. That time we call it lights off.
Okay.
So when you are watching television, that time we're watching black and white television, and then the lights will just go off, and it would, especially on Sunday when you are watching Osofodazi. So those times, that was what I was doing. I was selling kerosene, and then in the morning before I go to school, I would sell
please don't say sir.
Condo.
Last week me guess not on Serevita.
I was selling
condo party.
I was selling condo in the morning.
Okay.
And then in the afternoon after school, I'll go and sell house and chewing gum. You know, it's like polythene bags, anything that I could find.
But how were you juggling that with education?
Yeah, well, I was going to school, but you know what, education wasn't that much important to me then. Because I was all about money. You know,
at that young age?
Yes. You know, life is all about money. Life is all about money. But getting money genuinely is the most important thing.
I like that.
But money, you need money. So me, I've not been depending on anybody since childhood. I've been depending on myself. When I was going to secondary school, I bought everything myself.
To chip this in, please take us back to your childhood. Where did you grow up? How many siblings were you? Who did you live with? And how come you started these petty trading?
Actually,
who introduced you?
I was born and brought up in Asantino Town.
Ashtown. Okay. And we're near Dean.
Oh yeah. And we are 12 in number. My daddy had 12 kids, you know.
With one woman?
No, 2 women.
Okay.
6 boys, 6 girls.
Eey.
And then my mom's side, I'm the only boy, and then 4 other girls.
Okay.
So when you go to the other side, and then you have 2.
So there's
ladies,
5 here.
2 ladies, and then 5 guys.
Amazing.
Yeah. So in all we are 12.
12. Okay.
Yeah. And
so was your dad married to the 2 women?
Oh yeah, at the same time.
Concurrently.
Yeah, concurrently. Yeah. So we the siblings that we are together.
I see.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I mean, you know, those times.
Cratribian.
Oh, definitely there will be Cratribian, but Cratribian started from the Bible age, you know. But you can't complain. It's normal.
Okay.
You know? So and. We grew up in Ashtown. I went to at New Nation International School.
Okay.
And then Asoma, Presby.
Okay.
Back to Asim.
Okay. Asim Boys.
No, Asim Experimental.
The one around the...
Asim, you know Asim. You have Asim Boys and Asim Girls. And then Asim Mist. Experimental.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, and then after Asim Mist, I went back to... New Nation International at Bantuma,
right.
And then I did some small bad things in school, and I was sacked. So I finished at Bantuma Block B,
right.
And then I proceeded to Kumasi Academy.
Oh,
and then
Kunini.
Yeah, Kumasi Academy, and after Form 2. I was sacked then, so I have to go to Twancy Secondary School. And when I go to Twancy Secondary School, before 3rd term,
you were sacked.
I was sacked again, and I moved to secondary school. But when I go to secondary school, a neighbor came to the school to report that he has a son there, and because of me, you can't allow the school shouldn't admit me. They should take me, or then I'm going to spoil his son. So the school said, my friend, you have to leave the school. And then I ended up at Gadako, Garden City Commercial.
Uncle?
Yeah, because you see, when you are a star and you have a future, the devil too is also working against you.
But you allow the devil in your life.
No, you see, when you are young, and if you are not fortunate,
youthful exuberance.
Yeah, sometimes you think it's youthful exuberance, but sometimes it will be foolishness, idiocracy, and a whole lot.
So what were some of the vices you were involved in?
Actually, I was not doing anything that warranted my sacking, you know. But yeah, you know, the devil can work through people against you. You understand? And then actually, me myself, I've sat down and I've asked myself, what did I do here? What did I do there? What did I do there?
Were you drinking? Were you smoking?
No.
Were you after girls?
I was not drinking.
Were you scaling walls?
The only time
did you fight?
Commerce Academy, when I was going to Form 3, when they sacked me because I spent my school fees, you know, that one day is the moment myself, you know.
So why did the school get involved?
Why should the school get involved? But they sacked me, you know. When you were, you know, then so I couldn't fought for my rights. You understand? So if now,
how this couldn't be court?
No, but what is your problem with this? You understand? All that I have to do is to ask my mom to go and buy another one. You understand?
So what did you use the money for? Do you remember? I checked about. Would you remember?
You know, just buying this, buying that, and then playing cash. You know, so everything was involved.
And then the other schools.
You know, to secondary school, I was sad because we went to the girls' dormitory because it was a lights off, and then we went to girls' dormitory. You know, boys want to.
Mr. Akpaloo.
No, that time I was
Kofi, okay.
You know, so you know when you are a kid,
you do things like a child.
Whatever you are doing, you don't look beyond. You always think now.
True.
I mean, boys will be giving you fans, you know, the peer pressure.
Gangalia.
You take, you are this, you are that. You know, so sometimes it's like that. You know, you might share, you know, that kind of thing.
To prove a point.
And I was trying to prove a point, and I was proving nonsense, you know. So, yeah.
So fast forward, eventually you ended up at Gadeco.
Yeah, and then...
You were able to graduate.
No, I couldn't. So I had to go and hustle. And so I was at Cantamanto, and I was hustling there. I was doing barbering.
So you didn't finish your secondary education?
No, I didn't finish secondary school. So I was barbering. I was doing barbering. And then after a while, then a friend came to tell me, Charlie, you know, those guys that you brought from Kumasi that you're working with, they're taking you to the Juju man. So be careful. So
when did you have family in Accra?
No.
So you just woke up one day, you migrated
and then straight to Accra and then started hustling.
So where were you staying? Who were you living with?
When you get to Kantamanto, you understand the situation there.
Okay.
Yeah, my sister, unless you are not
hard.
Yeah, you know, this life that we are living in, you don't take things easy like that.
Were you not scared for your life?
Why should you be afraid? You shouldn't be afraid for anything. In this world, if you want to make it, you should be bold to get to any place. Me, for instance, I'm not scared of anything.
Won't you say you were just lucky?
No.
Because someone would also take...
There's nobody who is lucky on this planet. Okay? You take a decision, you move. Whatever happens, it happens. You understand? If you think about the risk too much, you never make a move. And if you don't make a move, you can't succeed in life. The life is full of risks. Even you come here this morning to work, you took risks.
Yeah.
To drive all the way.
I sat in a car. I didn't know if the driver is a good driver or not.
You see,
gave my life entirely to him.
Then you are here.
Right.
Even the food you ate, I don't know whether you brought your own food. Even when you brought your own food,
you bought the foodstuffs from outside.
Apart from the foodstuff, maybe you cook because of the fire and everything. Maybe to reduce that. But what about when you came here and you dropped the food? You had not been with the food 100%. Sometimes you may move to another room or something like that. Somebody can just sneak and poison it. You understand? But when you were eating, you didn't think about all these things. So life is all about taking steps.
All right.
Making a move, and then you can make it.
So you migrated to Accra.
Yes.
All by yourself.
By myself.
And how many months later did you, or how many years later
I think about 3 years. After 3 years, then I realized that all my mates have finished A-levels. And I realized that my life was going to
a standstill.
So
no, I'm talking about when you brought people from Kumasi to join you.
Yeah, because I had like I said, somebody came to tell me something. But before then, I had a dream, and in the dream, it's like somebody was roping me with some like a band or something like that, and then I realized that I wasn't feeling comfortable. And then in the dream, so when I woke up in the morning, I was 2 days later, a friend came to tell me that, Charlie, you know this guy Tony and these guys, they took you to a juju man and blah blah blah. But the juju man was saying your mom is behind you, so that's why they couldn't.
But I'm asking that you brought those guys to Accra.
Yes, because I went to Accra first, and I realized that the place was good.
Afama.
Yes.
So you wanted to bring your brothers.
And I asked the Charlie, Mom, Brana, we will make money.
So you more like
I was the one who
hosted them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
But in the same trade as yours.
Yes, because we were all doing barbering. That's where these guys are now. Hello FM.
Okay.
Before that building was built, we were doing barbering there.
Peace FM or Hello FM?
Hello FM.
So you're talking about Kumasi?
Kumasi. I started the barbering
in Kumasi. Right.
So we're making money, and then they came to scatter us, you know.
Okay.
And then so said, okay, why don't I move to Accra? And then I went to Accra. After a while,
you brought your friends to join
Charlie,
you.
come, the place is good.
And they wanted your downfall.
Oh yes. My sister, there's nobody who is thinking well for you. Be careful with the people around you. People are dangerous. Human beings are very, very dangerous.
So you are dangerous too?
Yes, I'm one of them. You see, human beings are very, very dangerous. Don't think everybody who is laughing with you, smiling with you, likes you. I don't know if you have studied this. Many times, a friend will call you and say, Charlie, what's Kwame Nkan? And then, Kwame is doing very well. Kwame is progressing. Then the person's tonnage and everything decides to go drops. And then, but if the person has asked you and you have said that, Kwame, Charlie, Kwame. So really? Kwame. I've been telling Kwame this because he's happy. They don't want to hear anything good about their neighbors. Always they want to hear bad news. You understand? So when you have this, you should have this in your mind, that you are in this world alone. You are not here with anybody. So you came by yourself and you go by yourself. So just be careful and concentrate and pursue your vision and move on, and then you make it in life.
All right, so fast forward, you parted ways with your friends.
Yes.
So, did you come back to Kumasi?
Oh yes, I came back to Kumasi and then I went back to school. So I went to Workers College then. That time we had Workers College.
I've heard about it.
Yes, and then I went there to do my A levels and my O levels, and then actually I didn't pass the A levels and then the O levels. I didn't pass them, but because I was 19 years, there was this program called ACCA. Okay. And when you were above 18, you could enter as a mature student. Okay. So I went to IMS, Institute of Management Studies, now University of Management or some College of Management or something like that. You know, there's a school at IUDRC.
Oh, UCOMS.
Yeah. Before the name was IMS, Institute of Management Studies. Okay. It was funded by Opata. Okay. Yeah. So by now it has been changed to University College of Management Studies or something like that. UCOMS. So I went there and then I managed to go through, but I got 2 papers there. We were supposed to do 14 papers. I managed to get 2 papers from there, and then I started working with Capital Radio. Okay. After working with Capital Radio, the following year I went to the UK to finish my ACCA at I did my master's at South Bank University.
Someone who dropped out in.
And then I ended up doing a second master's. The first one was a master's in accounting, and then the next one was MBA, strategic management, and then that one I did at University of Derby. So here I am, and I've worked with so many companies like eDreams. eDreams is an online company where we sell holidays, we sell hotel accommodations and all those kind of stuff. And then also Northern Trust Investor Services. It's a Chicago-based company, and it's a multi-trillion asset company that I've worked with. And I also be doing my own businesses, and I started President here in Ghana, and then it was growing very, very well until I entered into politics in 2004 when I lost everything, and I went back, and then I started my own accounting firm in Ireland, and the name was Dawson Lovell. I put my children's name.
I want to follow you. So now you came back to further school. You had been out of school for more than 3 years. Was it not difficult picking up?
It was, but I don't look at difficulties. I look at what I can do.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me naturally.
So
I don't look at what I cannot do. I look at what I can do. Yeah.
And were you in touch with your parents when you were away? Around that time was mobile phones.
No. My mom had to come and look for me
in Accra.
You know, there's one thing I love my mom for.
She's still alive.
Oh yeah, she is.
You are blessed.
She's a wonderful woman. You know, those times she was worried. Her only son. Exactly, and she had to go to Mpaibo at Pentecost. You know, Asafo at Feshi. You know, it was going there to pray.
But what church were you born into?
Catholic.
Okay.
But you know what? I chopped Catholic money. One day I was going to church and my mom gave me 10 pesos and I said, if you want to go to church, pay this as offering for me. So, but you know, that day I spent the money on a kukri. You know a kukri?
I do kukri.
I spent the money on a kukri. And this 10 pesos that I chopped has hunted me.
Till now.
So it was only last year. Then I went to Catholic at St. Peter's. You know,
and you go and give them.
And I said, my number them 10 pesos.
Right
now they made me chia, I think 1,000 or something like that. I said, okay, I'm paying 1,000 to redeem because now that money has been hunting me since, and everybody was laughing. You know, yeah.
Mr. Akpaloo, let me ask this.
Yeah.
From childhood,
yeah,
you've been spending one money after the other.
Yeah.
If we give you the country's money, would you not spend it?
Oh no, now we won't spend it.
You know better.
I will invest it on behalf of the country for everybody. But actually, I will let everybody in Ghana to also enjoy the money.
We'll come to that.
Yeah.
You joined Capital Radio as what?
As an accountant. I was the first accountant.
They hired.
Yeah, we started Capital Radio. Myself, Mrs. Ajumai, Kosi Asise, and Nana Ofori, and the rest. I was the first accountant. And Tuanse Hema, now the queen of Tuanse, Vic. She was also our marketing officer, and then Andrew Aniakwa. Yeah.
And would you say that all the things you went through from school to Kantamanto, to Kiditia, Edum to Kantamanto, helped shaped you in any way?
Yeah, many ways.
When you towards you finding a job as an accountant in the early stages,
it's helped me one way or the other to survive.
Okay,
it helped me to survive, and it has also helped to strengthen me, to make me fearless. You know, it's like I fear nothing. You know, because I've experienced everything, and now I understand. It has also helped me to understand human psychology and then how human beings behave. You understand? It has really helped me to understand. It's that, like I said, I don't trust any human being. I don't trust myself. So I don't trust anybody. You know, the reason is that I've gone through
all the stages of life.
You know, because there are some people that have come into
contact
with, and then those people is like I've learned a lot from them. What initially I thought no human being would do,
they did it.
They were doing it. You know, somebody can open an office, very nice office, and then you think that this office there is a genuine office, the person has spent money, and the person is in there to just defraud people.
True.
You understand? I've come to contact with people, and I've come to realize that some people you think you are doing the same business with, and that person is doing extremely well, and you think, why is that I'm not doing better? But what the person is doing under, you have no idea. So that business that you think he is doing is just a cover-up. I've come to understand everything. You know, so we can say, you understand? And one thing that I thank God so much is that I've come to realize that money is important. I have to make money.
But money is not everything.
Yes, money is extremely important. That I have to make money. I shouldn't joke with money.
Anything to make money.
I exactly have to make money. Just make the money.
In a legit way.
Make the money. It's very important.
So you said you got a chance to go to London.
Yeah.
Did you have relatives that were invited?
No.
Tell us the story about that.
No, I was there one day and I said, I need to go to school in London, and then I did an application online, and then I got admission. And then the fees was $450 then, pounds. And then I managed to pay the money, and I went for my visa, and they gave me the visa. So
you went to study?
Yes, I went there. In fact, the day I was going, I didn't know anybody I was going to stay with. But I managed to go there. But when I got there and I went to the school, Caledonia Road, I got there and I started looking for maybe definitely find one Ghanaian here. And true to his word, I met one Ghanaian. Let me tell you one funny thing that happened at the airport.
Tell us.
The school was supposed to start in September, and I went there in July. So when I got to the airport, there was this Indian, an immigration officer, and he was questioning me that why is the school supposed to open in September and now you are here now? And I said, oh, you see what? This is a new place that I'm coming. I don't know any place. So I need to come early and adjust before the school. This guy said, no, you need to go back, and then I started praying tongues. Trust me, my sister, I prayed.
Now, let
me tell you something. You know, when Jesus Christ was hung on the tree, there were two guys beside him. One of them started praying that day. He said,
when you get to paradise,
remember me. So forget about what you've done. God is God for everybody.
I like you.
Okay? Never look at your sins and refuse to pray. Let me tell you, the devil is the accuser of the brethren. The devil will come and accuse you for your wrongdoing to
diminish your faith.
Yes, and also stop you from praying. Because prayer is everything. Let me tell you, my sister, you cannot live in this world without prayer.
To aside money, the next thing is prayers.
Yeah, we have to make money, but you have to have God. If you don't have God, you must have the devil.
At least belong somewhere.
Exactly. You cannot say you don't know God, you don't know the devil when you are in this world. You must know God, or you must know the devil.
So did the tongues work for you?
It worked.
Instantly?
Anytime I pray, God answers me.
Instantly?
Instantly.
The person that asked you to go back?
Yeah, the guy was saying, Charlie, go and sit here. So it means we're going to prepare me for the next available flight to go back. And I started praying.
Oh, so you have got to London?
Yes.
Uko do London hono se sambra wachi.
Was sambra wachi ade tina mabantam sa ti mem kona e bia na maba.
O baby how e kwara kwhye.
So I said to myself, Chara boy, when Brahma to mam de duru hanom. When you feel me free more meba. You know what? And then I started praying. I prayed. After 2 hours, then the supervisor came and said, can I see your passport? You look at my passport. So, but what is wrong with him? There's nothing wrong. Let him go. And then, just like that. And
so you had been detained for 2 hours?
2 hours.
Who was going to pick you from the airport?
I was going there myself. I knew nobody.
So the next place from the airport was to the school?
Yes, I knew nobody.
And
I got there, and then I called my friend, and I said, Charlie, Baby Drew, baby I'm a dano, and Unaka. That's okay. I'm going to the school to look for the school where it was. And I went to the school, and then I started looking for a Ghanaian. Then I met one Ghanaian.
How were you going to identify this as a Ghanaian? Apart from our skin color, there are other blacks.
Oh, the tree, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
You understand? So I was my years were all over around the black people. You know, fortunately for me, I got this guy, and then he helped me out. He helped me, and then even he did not take me to his house, but my friend, but he took me along, you know, because I didn't know where to go. I was still carrying my bag and stuff, and then I called Ghana, and I spoke to my friend, and then the friend said, oh, on the guy be Bantuma, so he will connect, and then he connected the guy, and the guy came and picked me and took me to his house. That guy, I mean, he did something great for me.
Oh.
You know, there's so many people that I've come in contact with who have helped me. There's one guy called Morris.
You can trust people.
You know, there's one guy. No, don't trust anybody.
But they didn't know you, yet they trusted you to give you a place to lay your head.
God asked them to do what they did. You know, let me tell you, don't be
food.
Yeah.
Or cajoled into believing that.
Yeah. That they are whatever. Human beings are human beings. Even your husband, be careful with your husband.
I will from now onwards.
Yes, we have to. So you know what? And then these guys helped me. One of them is Morris Travel.
Right.
Yeah, they call him Chief. He lives in Bantuma, but he was living in London then. But you know, through me, he formed this Morris Travel.
Oh,
yeah, because I showed him how to get a visa. But they had been in London. They went through with an agent, and that agent people helped them to go to.
But
London.
you sat in your office and you applied.
I did my own thing, and then so I showed them the way, and then they used that one helping people to. You know, when I went to London, it took me only 4 or 5 months, and I came down to pick my wife to join me.
Hey.
Yeah, and then after a year, I brought to my mom, and then I brought my brother-in-law. You know, so I've been helping people, showing them the way to.
Please
travel.
show us the way. Yeah. God bless. We need to go. We need to go.
No, but the truth of the matter is that it's good to travel.
Yeah, the exposure.
It's good to travel. You know, when you travel around, you see things, and when you open your eyes and your ears and your senses, then you begin to experience something, and then you can say, oh, Charlie, I can take this to Ghana. I can go and also do this in Ghana and make money. So the young people, I always ask them that if you cannot travel, use your time on social media to pick ideas. Don't use your go be on the social media only to watch comedy. You know, a lot of people, they spend so much time watching comedy, but listen to such programs that you have invited me here, you know, so that somebody can inspire you.
Right.
So don't waste your time watching comedy. No, I'm not saying comedy is not good. Sometimes helps you to release. But
apportion times to important things.
If you want to become a medical doctor, you have to spend much time on the social media to learn the traits. You know, if you want to become an accountant, spend time on social media, especially YouTube, and learn how things are done. You know, any profession that you want to get yourself into, go online, and then now with the help of the AI, you can do anything. You understand? So I don't want to hear the word me mami wuntem, me papa wuntem, me nyu bia manambo amentina mabrabo entimi ankoso. I don't want to hear that excuse. Because you don't need anybody to make it. You need yourself first. And then along the line, if God brings some people to you, then you can take it. Yeah.
So how long did you stay in the UK?
I stayed in the UK.
Since you brought your family there?
Yeah, from 97 to 2002. Okay. Yeah, to 2002. Then I moved to Ireland.
Okay.
So I stayed in Ireland.
But you left your family in UK?
No, I went with them.
You took with them? Okay,
yeah. Sure. So we have been living in Ireland since 2002 up to now. Oh,
so you are not even so much based in Ghana? I mean, the family?
No, all my family, they are outside.
In Ireland?
Now they are scattered. Okay. The kids. One is in Spain.
Oh, how many kids do you have?
I have 6. 3 boys, 3 girls.
Nice.
And one
with
is
the same
Spain.
woman?
The same woman.
You didn't follow your dad?
No, because you know the woman that I have. I mean, is God sent.
You're blessed.
Yeah, I love her. I love her, and she's very beautiful. You know, so I love her.
You are smitten as you're talking about her.
Yeah. She's a nice person.
Right.
And it's somebody that you need to be with. As a man.
You barely hear men projecting their wives this way.
I mean, she's the best thing that has happened to me. Yeah. Not that we don't fight. Even today, I think we have fight about 4 or 5 times.
Hey.
We fight every day. You know, even This morning we fought some few minutes, and then we fight again and fought again and fought again, and then finally about 1 hour ago
you reconciled.
No, we don't need anybody to come and reconcile. We reconcile ourselves, you know. We keep on fighting every day, you know, because she's my friend, she's my wife, she's my everything. Aside her, I don't have a friend, I don't have anybody. She's my everything, you understand? So she's my all. And yeah.
Now you came back to Ghana.
Yeah.
To start your own businesses.
Yeah, that's Presto.
Okay, what were you dealing with?
I started this school, like professional programs. So the school name was Presto Business Learning. We're teaching accounting, insurance, banking, and actuarial science and the rest.
So all the experiences you had from outside, you lowered it down.
Yeah, yes, and securities. When I say security, I'm talking about financial securities, not the security guards thing.
Okay.
You know? So we're doing it. I brought it, especially I brought CI, Chartered Insurance Institute. I brought it in Ghana. Actuarial science, I brought it in Ghana. So we started all this. So along the line, then we opened.
Even before KNUST started running actuarial science course.
Long before KNUST started. And then we added secondary school. So the secondary school was President College. And we were doing it. And then along the line, whilst I was training those guys, started opening businesses and then engaging them. Like when you finish school, at least you have something to do. And along the line, those businesses were also helping those who were schooling to get practical know-how.
Right.
Yeah. So before UT Bank started in Kumasi, so I supply UT Bank a lot of stuff. Yeah. And I've helped a lot of people. I'm proud to say that most of the organizations here in Kumasi and Accra, you find most of the people who have passed through Presto and they are working there.
So at what point did you decide to venture into politics? Had that been a dream from childhood?
Yeah, that was 2004 when I went to Malaysia to contest the seat as a parliamentary candidate.
Before then, did you have any political dream?
Oh no, I had nothing of that. Actually, I wasn't a politician then. But I remember when I was 6 years and we were playing with my kids. We were doing this 10 cars, you know, car and tundra, you know, those things. And you know, when you are a child and you are doing those things, you will imagine that it will turn into a rare car or a rare thing, you know. So we said, Charlie, may the menina may I buy you. Maybe I buy a cars be a good coin. I say, I'm on for the buses, then they will be on buses to go to work, you know. So that was. But since then, it's like, I've been always thinking that this thing can be done well to help this country. We can do this and it will help this country. And also going to abroad has also exposed me to so many things that when I see things and it's, why should we go through this? We can do this better and we can do this better and then we'll be better off than who we are, you know. So when I'm given opportunity, trust me, I can turn Ghana around.
Do you think your name has an influence over you? Percival.
PS Valley. It means positive to PS Valley. So I think it's possible to do anything. Whatever you pursue, you can do it.
So since in 2004, then you decided to
intend to politics.
Be an independent parliamentary candidate. How did that go?
Oh, I came second at Malaysia.
The first time you were running?
The first time, yeah. And I got 10,704 votes.
What did you tell them?
No, I told them that they should vote for me. That's all. And the people, you see, my name was against me because my name was Akpaloo. And then the people, you know, mentioned.
That makes you Voltarian, right?
Yes, my dad is a Voltarian.
Okay.
And my mom's an Akan. So.
Then you're an Akan.
But your name is another name. So they were running a campaign against me. They said, oh, NDC4 don't sponsor, no, NDC4, NDC4. You know, those times, unlike today. So people bought into that. And then, I don't know what I've won this.
But for a first timer in politics, and amassing over 1,000 votes.
No, 10,000.
10,000 votes.
704.
What did that tell you?
Oh, actually, it gave me hope. And it means that you can do anything. If you say you want to do it, you can do it.
Just a moment.
When the food is rich and tasty. Jedinina. Adam's Kitchen. Ain't you beer to me, Toby? Edraniki Amike, Zeda, Yedju, sea packaging, Adam's Kitchen, jollof and fried rice with assorted options. I'll point you to the pizza, special noodles, Benkune tilapia, Adam's Kitchen, Aroma, no, Kumasi, your main restaurants, El Panoso, Tafo, KNWC, and Amstead. More flavor. Namu Bokwani Atasmanso, Yamamu mini restaurants. Adam's Kitchen joints, you know, Ubeyebi Wapachapa, Boko Chrome, and in Nigeria, you will order says here, not to a 053 7277 856, and answer 020 320 4416. Adam's Kitchen.
Bema wo Johnson ni mu pai ebikam eyawo eni moja edi akira ana wotem pampan wo Johnson n'echi ensansa gu bema no ho edura ebeboa wo eni amuzupi oba oba mu no wotem pampan bone ewom ensuo bi fifiri mu ba etoda emu ekeka wo edura ebeboa wo eni amuzupi ubenya bi ewo pharmacy ne herbal shops nyinam.
When you have the extra bit of ambition in your heart, you also need that extra bit of energy to come through. And for that, Rush Energy Drink is the boost you need. Created in the USA and proudly made in Ghana. Thanks to its unique formula, you have the power of ginseng, the benefit of vitamins, and the energy of inositol, taurine, and caffeine. Stay active and energized.
Yom Herbal Lotion for body and joint pains.
Condos de la Chichi, it's luxury at its best. We have options to choose from for a perfect rest. Standard, studio, executive, or suites. The choice is yours to make. Luxurious living with kitchenettes for a stylish escape. We have bed and breakfast, laundry service, conference rooms for business, and leisure for you. The Los Angeles Lounge on the 4th floor has a high poolside view and entertainment as the sun sets in the sky. Locators at Santasi off April Road, a convenient and luxurious space. Condos de la Chichi, where luxury meets affordability. Contact us on 0509-268-723.
Malaria fever.
Na ade nante musta bia aba foforo no ana na wo nante ana wache usisi wo sugar
se wonni me yare ne na me nipadua mu a enka wie wonya me wrofo kra.
Oh sorry ya ready en fancy nipa menim
ene etie me yare ankasa kakra na nanse ache me chinka sei asemu bu
ade wonni Lawson herbal mixture e wo fie
Lawson herbal mixture ene e wo adwuma ye pa if we say se me malaria ne kan ne ho a
achinje sei na Lawson herbal mixture so edisun kunim no wonam ya pa wo bo ho ma bia wumia no kra wonte hwe enso achire no na ya no ya afe malaria koko afitikromu amani hunu wapo so ta ye wo ya ade en
eya na mentiri mu ta hwe me pa na ase de emikotodwan hunu bisa
me so de banchi abobo ngumu a Lawson herbal mixture ebetene tama ho atokra
ene ye Lawson herbal mixture ma me hoto me dia meda wasna we no enye sika na me de beda wase
oh that is in kind
uno no
o chibre me nya me ko pedia process ya our pharmacy chemical na herbal shop bia be me omanfon frɛ 020-267-5778 and then 0242-133-577 Lawson herbal mixture de ehon na ase in kind.
Your Wednesdays just got exciting. Midweek Madness while Bonte. Join us every Wednesday at the P2 Lounge, Kumasi City Mall. Let's party in madness. Don't forget, the party is going to be live on YFM. This is Midweek Madness.
Lakeside Party, away back, Easter Monday.
phone bia, any accessories or sea white foods. And what now your papa? They go off of sea white foods or bia see.
Malaria fever. Have a mister. Kumasi's most anticipated event of the year. YFM and Castle Lakeside Party. Jump on to swing a bigger bunty. The 21st of April. Fun trip to the Lakeside. This is how we're doing it. Brought to you by Global Media Alliance and YFM. YFM. Easter Monday. Performing live. Oh, Kenneth. Representing the Asa Cowboys. And the Strong Man. Stadium every year. Station is what your surprises and quads. All your favorite DJs and MCs in the land are represented. Tickets tonight ready. A cool 50 Ghana cities. Open between 200 Ghana cities. You don't want pass from Kumasi to the place and back. Total tickets says here. And star 713 star 33 star 14 hash. Share me the day. And sponsored by Jagger Full Big Test. Easter Sunday. YFM and party, swimming, boat ride, jet skiing, water volley, FIFA games, snooker, table tennis, jumping so cool. We the chop and many more. So we have Venda Sunda. Phone 055-9451-662. As 024-34-12-432. Easter Monday. And you should be the day.
Yemetiefo nyina kwa ababa amuzu herbal clinic na yedidobi abafe na amuzu p herbal mesha eyedura obi odwonso a emu papa ye be mo odwonso oti ya owum be ma bi oti ya wanka so ni be ma numu be mo odwonso moja anase be mo odwonso a ni motototro na firi be no mu ba we ni hawa wo hu a edura meka fama ono eya amuzu p herbal mesha obi said doctor me dware wi a ne honam ya me hene ebu on so ase mbo bi se huko dwie ena me honam ani so ho saa de no so amuzu p ena me kanfo ama obi said doctor me dwon so ana mu ache minu we na musen me dwon so wi ana bi akam na ma ya so ya me ya uhu saa ha ya me kan ya edura me kanfo ama ono ya amuzu p heba mesha ojo so moja anase ojo so no eni nye fe ni etum anase ini yeko anase pampa ya anu o shepa de jo so na echi se sa ha no na wo hu a edura meka fo ama ono ya amuzu p heba mesha ebia na oti ya ontohwe no mu ya na ya oya onya amuzu p no mu a sa ha no nyina beko na obabi so a otie mi a insasa agi na kosheku ma boso anase pampa ya mema yempe ajina hemfi aboso insio basa egu ka ho so wasa ha na amuzu p na mekanfo amaw bia no de odepo na hawa mene sebi ukotwa aska ne yesi wanya PID eninti onu ukunu hia ne insio nyina babontene manye se hu ye ya de amawa amuzu p na beboa wo ngika ya tata usama wanya bleeding busume ba kon otumi bu nsa impremu oba wasa ha no amuzu p na mekanfo amaw oba ebu on so ne kunu hia eyaw nko anoti onti dese kapre wo so mekanfo amuzu p amaw no mwe na saa ha ne nyina ko edura meka ho asem ho nye dene ne buo so nye dene ukọ herbal shop pharmacy biara obenye bi etu no anya bi ato kumase ha ukọ dani herbal mr bapidan ko mutu bi sentombi opa amuzu pi hu se mi se bia frena ma 0247 776743 amuzu herbal clinic Mauji Hiwachalo.
Bema wo Johnson ni mu pai ebikam eyawo eni moja edi akira ana wote mpampan ewo Johnson n'echi ensansa gu bema no edura ebeboa eni amuzu pi oba obam no wote mpampan bone ewo ensuo bi fifiri mu ba etoda emu ekeka edura ebeboa eni amuzu pi ubenya bi ewo pharmacy ne herbal shops nyinam.
I am still having a conversation with Mr. Kofi Akpaloo, the presidential aspirant or candidate for LPG. Chief,
why am I?
When you are 10,000 votes in every amount of them.
Yeah.
A day, Yentwaswa Messi 2008 elections, so the infamy drew.
Oh, 2008, yeah, I wasn't around.
You was okay.
So I went back to after 2004.
Okay.
I went back to Europe in 2005.
Right.
Yeah. So I stayed there till 2011.
Okay.
And then I came down And this time around, I formed my own party. That was IPP.
Now, forming a party from scratch is no small feat.
Yeah.
What were some of the most difficult early days of forming that party?
Oh yeah, I had that inspiration that I can do it, and I did it. So I formed the party, and I tried to contest the 2012 election, but my nomination was rejected.
Why?
They said I did not fill the form properly. So yeah, that's what Afarijan told me.
So they couldn't do anything about it?
No. So 2016, I filled the form properly.
Okay.
But this time around, they rejected the form again. This time they were saying Jataba, Jataba, Nana Ejenimbuati has also included 3 people who were appearing on my form to sign for him. So we went to the police headquarters, and they called him severally. He didn't come. So Madame Charlotte said she's not going to allow me to contest the election, but I didn't give up.
But you took the forms. You paid for the forms.
Yeah. So they refunded my money.
Okay.
And then
on all those 2 occasions.
Yes. And then 2020, this time around, I managed to stay true. And
what was the source of funding?
My own money.
Your businesses?
My own money. I've worked a lot, so I've saved a lot, so I still have the money with me. Okay. And then I'm using them.
Nensada?
No, the more Sana may replenish it. Yeah, because you must have streams of revenue, streams of income. You have to.
But politics is not an investment where you recuperate what you invest in.
Oh, definitely you will get it.
Sir?
Why should you go into politics? And you think politics is not for babies. It's for mature minds. You go in there. Why should you go into politics and be poor? Are you okay? You want to rule Ghana, you want to manage Ghana resources, and you say it's a joke. It's not a joke. I wanted to manage the resources of Ghana, all the resources of Ghana. Like now they've given to my brother John Mahama, and Nana Akufo-Addo was giving then. I mean, how can you say they'll be poor?
What makes you so sure that you stand a chance of sitting on the higher seat someday?
I don't know the mind of God. But so far as I'm around, and I'm not dying now, because I know I will leave this world when I'm 100 years.
Amen.
Then I'll go to heaven. But now that I'm still here, I have to pursue it and see what God will do. So I'm counting on God. If God decides that 2028 I'm giving to Kofi Akpaloo, why not? I'll take it and manage it. But trust me, when I become president, everybody in Ghana will enjoy.
Start with me, because I need to enjoy.
Yeah, because do you have any case?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so your children will be paid child benefit every month. Me, I had 6 children, and all my 6 children were receiving child benefit.
Do you think Ghana is at that level?
Ghana has passed that level. Money is in the mind. What you do with money will determine what the money will do. So if you invest the money well, it will give you returns. So when you pump money into the economy, you're helping businesses to grow, and then eventually the businesses will be paying taxes, and then the money will come back to you.
Countless times in about over an hour that we've been talking, you've been speaking about trust.
Yeah.
And as a politician, you cannot do it all by yourself.
Yeah.
Especially if you're running for presidential position, you will need a running mate who, if you win, will become your vice.
Yeah.
Now, what trust issues he?
No, I don't have trust issues. But the thing is, I don't trust anybody.
You don't have trust issues?
But I don't trust anybody. Why should I trust people?
Now you're confusing us.
The system. You see, we live by systems. This organization here, at least expected the owner of this business to be here. You understand? I don't expect him to be working here. Other than that, he can't make it. So I'm expecting him to build systems so that in his absence, the business will still thrive.
Okay. So now, in your decision making in choosing who your running mate should be. What went into it, and who did you finally settle on, and why?
The name is Elizabeth Sam. Yeah, I listened to her. She came, and I listened to her, and I realized that she can be my partner.
She came to you herself?
Yes.
Oh,
and
okay.
then I said, no, this girl can be my partner. And then
what did you see in her?
I saw so many things that I cannot disclose here, but I can tell you, I can see she was compatible. Yeah. So I decided to go with her, and I've never regretted choosing her.
Yeah, still going with her in the
Oh, yeah,
years.
this is the second time we've been together. So 2028, if goes well, we're going to go together.
So your family members are scattered around.
Yeah.
Did they come down to vote for you?
Unfortunately, no, because they were all engaged for certain reasons. So the firstborn, I mean, he's a European ambassador. European ambassador, youth ambassador.
Your son?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when you Google him, you'll find him is Percival Akpaloo.
I'll look for him.
Yeah, look for him, and then you'll love him. And he's all over Europe. He was busy then, and then I think he has to come to Gambia to do a program in Gambia and then Sierra Leone. So, and before he went back. So, yeah, I mean, he was fully engaged.
But
no, I'm coming to help Ghanaians.
Not your family?
No.
So Ghanaians need you better than your family?
Exactly. I'm coming to help Ghanaians. Because, you see, when I look around and I see people on the street begging, I feel ashamed as a Ghanaian. Then why should people beg on the street? Government must do something for them. Now, my sister, you are working here. They are deducting what you call SNIT. And this SNIT, you are paying to SNIT. And part of it is going to an insurance company. Okay? Now, what is the purpose of the SNIT contribution that you are making? Why is it that SNIT contribution is compulsory on every employer to deduct and send it to SNIT? Why? It's to give you social protection. That's what we call sociality. It means your social needs are secure. But trust me, when you lose your job today, will they do anything for you? They are denying you. So they are trampling upon your right.
Mr. Palonia should say you for same too much.
No, I'm not making. That is the truth. Me the kupo ema duma me kwa abrochire no. Me manya me wo mo ho. Emre bi me ne me wife. Say you be call homeless. You know the size be call homeless.
What is homeless?
Homeless is you need dying.
But you had a home?
Say if you were to you.
Mo ko catch why say money die.
You catch if you were to you.
Na ban say obetima be bisa ifira and say wo two and
Oni sa daje no kra. Nti no. Sa okay some homeless there and then says abamam babida.
Oh sir.
Exactly.
In the UK or this is the Netherlands?
No, Ireland.
Okay, Ireland, sorry.
It's abamam babida. It's about the homeless. Homeless no the crow. Or they call a 5-star hotel. We call it City West Park Hotel. So they gave us 3 rooms.
Were you not frauding the government?
No, my right. I was using my right.
But you had not been thrown out by your landlord.
And I've been paying taxes. And then I needed a buying more for my life.
I want to understand you as much as you need me to.
Yeah.
What if you?
Fear me can boarding.
And then I'm going to send a boarding to me to be on so.
So I needed to get a cheaper one. Are you okay? So it's somewhat you need to.
Tinamo Masay.
Yeah, your muscles.
And I only 6 in now. No, you count 8. Echo catch a bite money baby.
I buy no current tempana so baby my. So I buy no have to host us as homeless. Homeless ni just you got the hotel. Taman ni tia hotel ne kan dem enjoy the dia no pay the dia we the dia numre for 2 months.
How old was your eldest then, your other son?
I think he was 15.
Did you have a discussion with the kids about the plans you and your wife were taking?
It's not everything that you have to discuss with them. You have to do it with only your wife.
Right.
You understand?
So now you were under the care of the government in the hotel.
So they paid this thing for us for 2 months. Okay, that is what they call homeless.
Day and night consecutively for 2 months.
For 2 months.
In a 5-star hotel.
A 5-star hotel.
All 8 of
and
them.
They gave us 3 rooms. You know, myself and my wife 1 room, the boys 1 room, and then the girls 1 room.
You have 3 boys, 3 girls.
Yes, and then each one has his own bed. You understand? We were living comfortably. You understand? Because we're paying taxes. And then when the government got us a house, then he moved us into a 4-bedroom house, newly built, and then started living. You see, the reason why I'm telling you this is that this is what a government must do to its citizenry.
So the house was owned by the government?
No, the government will just buy or rent a house and give it to you, and then you'll be paying 100 euros every week. Instead of paying 1,500 euros every month, now I'm paying 400 euros. I've saved on my 1,001. Do you understand? Now let me tell you. You see, we live with brains in this world. We don't live say no. Use what I send a coupon. I was money no sub and think.
Who do I drink and
Now we offer Ghana Chabere.
In Ghana, form funny say what the word dream baby tea ana.
Often is out be mistake. Mbabwa, no much or quino. A quino say, as I buy Piawaka, when you juma by some by Piawaka. If you are not working, the government should take responsibility.
Send you be a bit judgment in a few.
I want to know if you buy some mashamu.
But can the government take care of all of us?
Saka buy shamua, and can change government, you know, and can buy you for di wajum. Because we in Kofu di wajuma, unemployment, you say Tiomoka, Asudima Wabain.
Mr. Akpaloo, I understand you, but in Ireland, was the government taking care of every single citizen?
Yes, everybody. So far the person is not working. The government, even Wokra is CA, and they are free and not do Ireland. Nakacha man say, Umochiro Amabesho.
Intimebao, made them in 2 quiet call holder.
Yeah.
It's Ireland, Honobia Nejuma, Obia Tifina by
Obia Juma. But the thing is that, you see,
I'm trying to also get you to understand. If you say,
minimum pay, Mamma show what you be. Maybe I'm here, Juma. Majorana may and Sika Kramajin enough. The government will give me supplement. We call it income supplement.
That one makes sense to me.
Everything should make sense to you. You understand?
Okay.
Do you think the government should expect people will go and steal? That the government is not being responsible. Said parent, won't show man. You are not being responsible. And the government is on the money. The government the government has that responsibility to take care of every individual in the country. But here we have been programmed to think that Aban doesn't have a responsibility. No, you see, also I know kakro udi echini. Also, say why should human being think that way?
Pacho mean dear. Person me trying to say.
Sweetheart.
To say Aban refia ha. Me fun say about 20.
Yeah.
Now say abna kesi oni do ye na di to ko tenafia nti okay ye ni na yetifi all right ye na ye adwuma wa ha but I wake up one day and I go to the government and I say that, you know what, I am not getting paid, so I want to be taken care of by the government and it's allowed. Would that not instigate the rest of my people?
No, you see, how much will the government give you? The government will give you basic needs. The government will not give you luxury. But you want to live a luxury life.
So you still need to work to top it up.
Exactly. So definitely you find something to do. And then you have a dream, you have a vision to accomplish in life. So why should you stop and stay home, okay, without pursuing your vision? And then pursuing your vision will give you million times.
But the government takes you some burdens.
Yeah, you see, the life that we live in, all these fingers are not the same. There are some weakest, some semi-weak, some in between, others all right. That's how human beings have been grouped. Now, when you fall into the weakest link, you know, those people, they need help. The government should help them. So why are we paying taxes? We are paying taxes to government for government to use those taxes to help us. But this is the situation in Africa. You pay taxes to a government and then the government uses the money for wrong things.
Your PA is alerting me that your time is up.
Yeah.
But I want to...
Don't worry. Let's conclude this because there are certain things that I have to say here.
Okay.
Yeah, because I need to clarify something.
All right. I would want to first ask that they say talk is cheap.
Yeah.
You are not the president yet. Yeah. And I know about one. What Udi say? Okay. Bautu will be.
Oh, definitely. Me too be for.
Unya vote here.
I think 5,000 or something votes.
Oh, that's fine. You are still, I mean, inking your names in the hearts of people. Unya bedi abano. Ena ya ose ube tumi ayana. Yedi abenwano ama osisi asset na soa. Ejumano u.
Betumi aye amana broso.
Na wanya boafo.
Boafo. I say nipo mbeye ejumano. Ose wo. Me de edwuma so sa be. Ana bena wonye.
Meye.
So we are boafo. You know, nipa wa sambo mama ma ye edwuma ne de enye big deal.
So betu ameka.
Why not? So I see triaka. No more money edwuma creative you create you kana wa we edwuma. But what I say, so we'll pay everybody. But let me tell you, you see, this country is for all of us. This country is not for only MPP or NDC. This country is for every Ghanaian. Every Ghanaian has a share in the cake. But because we don't know our rights, we don't know what belongs to us, what we are entitled to. So we have allowed politicians who are governing this country to take us for granted. Because it will marvel you, you know, like they always come and complain to you. Oh, I'm buying this car, I'm buying this car. How will I buy and get money if I buy is not creating wealth? You are a young woman. I don't know your age, but I would say maybe less than 30 or something like that. You must have some vision within you. Because when you go to the book of Joel chapter 2 verse 2:28, it says that in the coming days, I'm going to pour my spirit on all flesh. And your young men and women will see visions. When you come to the book of Acts chapter 2 verse 17, it says the same thing there. Said that I'll pour my spirit on all flesh and the young men and women will see visions. It means young people have visions one way or the other. But who is going to help them realize that vision? Because when you have the vision, it's not enough. You need some help here and there. You need some connection here and there. And the government must pave a way for young people to make it. That's why when you come to where I've lived most of my life, in Europe or America, the moment you have a vision, the government is there to help you to realize that vision. And that's what I wanted to bring here. You know, in Europe, when somebody loses a job, it's a responsibility on the government to pay that person unemployment
until they get a job,
till the person finds another job. But here, because when you lose your job, the government has no responsibility. So a government comes in and decided to sack people from jobs. Because they don't see
they'll be liable.
Exactly. Look, let me tell you, when when there was a banking crisis in this country, they laid a lot of people off. What happened to them? Did we pay them unemployment benefit? No. How many people lost their jobs? Nobody cares. So this will continue forever. That is why when somebody is running a private business and the government is attacking that private business to destroy that private business, they don't give a damn. Because they don't have any responsibility. And this must stop. Ghanaians must realize that. If you cannot take care of the citizenry, forget it. You can't rule. But I know. Obi kura ba be soma yesi tweskama me na mento abama. On say nipa bebre nyanti abato na se.
Into 2 years kana.
No. Then tell me where no. Because me tweskama say me ba be soma, why should I pay you money to come and serve you? I want to come and do the right thing for this country. So I don't have that business to come and
Choma no mudi we China, they were following you out of free will.
That's all meneko na me do na me weni a se me yo minister ana me yo CEO ana me yo you are also going to get somewhere, so we are all doing it together.
Somebody what he say comedy o mokra mo
media comedy na me obi am mediane se nyina ne nam we are all doing it together. It's a far say we move on, say I'm fair, yeah, move on.
Say no team what day because a penny for say in fire fnu pine shabe
w so me obi am miska ana obi am miska na me nko matana so there obi am miska eti me na me vision say vision me team asom mine no, and then you decided to join
buying your dream.
Exactly, and then we are all doing together because where I've lived in Europe or America, you don't need to pay anybody money to follow you to campaign with you. They do it voluntarily. So here is the other way around. You understand? You know, it's strong. That is why we are not going up. We are going down. You know, because yes, now if you say oh man penny near dada or man penny now what be go on our call. So the mechano sika obe development, you know, you are giving it to them nobody. So adia say no na ya catch
na say the nam ni nam
sanam we no nam papa, but what you say, the money that should go into roads, the money that should go into hospitals, the money that should go into job creation, when na just in botom no na area kwayan kwan no mudi.
Mene wo ya adwene o, but the ordinary Ghanaian would also say any obere pa.
Ai, omuso pope bresa.
Because I mean, I'm not trying to sound funny, but if you're not willing to give them what they want.
No, tell them it's not right.
Which I agree.
No, but right now we are not in a political campaign season. So tell them the truth.
Okay.
That where we are, we continue to be where we are until we change our mindset. Because you see, sister, I can tell you, Sister Abena, is destroying the future. Because we have to start thinking of using the airspace. So build tall houses. And how do we do that? We have to collectively come together as a group to put resources together to form big capital, to build big projects, and then we sell those houses. So that you can buy your 2-bedroom inside. This one can buy 3-bedroom inside, and then everybody will be living comfortably.
Modernized compound house.
Exactly. You don't need a compound. Compound will be a communal compound, and then everybody can, you know. But here everybody wants to build. I'm not saying when you have money you should not find a place to sleep, but the thing is that we shouldn't go that way. We should do mortgage system that whilst you are working here, you can comfortably get a loan to buy a house, and then you pay them, let's say, for the next 25 years or so.
Personally, one of my concerns, majorly, I mean, politically inclined.
Yeah.
I'm not really, if not for my job, anything that concerns politics, I may not even discuss it.
Yeah.
That's me. It's a personal decision. Yeah. But there's one thing that matters, two things that matter so much to me. One is maternal and infant health. I'll share a story with you. When I had my first child, I gave birth to him on Tuesday. And I was in coma for a couple of hours.
Oh, sorry.
I woke up and I was told that my son had jaundice.
Oh.
And he had to be placed under the phototherapy machines. I don't want to name where I had the child, but they didn't have enough phototherapy machines. That it took another mother whose child was under the existing phototherapy to willingly decide that they
share.
Yes, they is this vertical or horizontal?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the opposite side.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that my son can
also
share.
Enjoy.
I went through a lot. In fact, it almost led me into postpartum depression. And a friend out of the country who tell me how the health system is. To cut the long story short, I'm very particular about a government or an individual who shows up in the political front with proper visions and plans for maternal and infant health, because I still cannot believe why in this day and age we still record maternal mortality. It does not sync with me. I have friends who are still scared of getting pregnant because of fear that they may go to the labor ward and not return. Say, I'm asking you, what, we are not in a political year, but a kitty from now next 4 years. And I be who send your tesono year tunu. And now say, yeah, man who say also dreams to be as a winning a political party in the crana. He can appoint you into a position where you can, because the bottom line is that you're coming to help. Obebo anti kwaya be faso abebo wadie se wonim die sisi e wo baby e wo so otumi hunu se wonim die wo habi to odoka ni team ne ho ebeboa. What are your plans, or is there any plans that you have for maternal and infant health?
You see, I wanted to build 10 state-of-the-art ultra-modern hospitals if I had been given the opportunity to serve this country, and turn Ghana into a medical tourism center. Because I've realized that most times we travel outside this country for medicals. Whilst we can do it, the reversal, by getting people traveling to Ghana for the same purpose. Look at recently what happened with our vice president. She has to
be flown out of the country.
Yeah, I mean, it's not good. She has the opportunity. What about the rest of the people? So every government must be serious with health services. But here, we invest money wrongly. So my plan is that let's invest money in necessities. Healthcare is necessity. We have to invest all the money that we have in there. Not only maternal healthcare, all diseases and whatever. Because here, a small disease can kill somebody. Because the person might not even have money to go to the hospital. And hospital must be free to the unemployed.
Unemployed for once in here, pal.
Yeah, because there are many. They are numerous. You see, there are a lot of women out there who are underemployment, and then those people, I would consider them to be unemployed, and then they have to also use those services, and they will not have the money to afford it. So what happens to them? They die. So to prevent that, we have to invest. But here, our problem is that we always cry about money. Now we don't have money. But we have money. Money is here. What you use the money for and what you get in return is
so
the most.
In my head, I'm very rich, but it's not evident in my accounts.
Yeah, because you don't take steps.
But I'm working.
No, you cannot work to become a millionaire. You can never be a millionaire if you keep doing what you are doing. You got to change. You got to start doing your own business. So whilst you are here, you have to find a business on the side and develop that business so that you become rich.
So back to the issue, you think that what are we not investing in our healthcare system?
Yeah, you see,
that is bringing up all these lacks.
Yeah, because we don't have enough money in this country, but we have a lot of money around us.
Make it clearer for us.
We have, let's say, bauxite. But the bauxite, we mine it, and we are not those mining it. We have people from outside who are investing their money and mine them and repatriate them.
Okay.
So we get peanuts. We have gold, and we are not the miners. We have foreign investors mining them and taking everything away, and then bring us peanuts. We have oil, but we don't mine the oil. We allow people to develop the oil and take them away. So how will you be rich? We have refused to invest. So we have to start thinking and resetting our mind. Not attacking people. That's not resetting. Resetting is resetting our mind to know that what were we not doing right? What should we do right now to turn this country around? So we have gold. We all know that we have enough gold here. So how much do we need to invest, to mine, so that we can get enough gold and also add value to the gold? We have cocoa. What should we do to increase cocoa production? And what should we do with the cocoa output? We add value. So how much do we need? Let's say we need 10 billion USD, 10 billion USD to develop our cocoa sector. We can raise the $10 billion in this country without traveling. How do we do that? How do we do that? How many Ghanaians? How many are we? We are 30-something million people. Assuming out of this, you get 2 million Ghanaians who can give you $10,000 to invest. It's $10 billion, $20 billion.
Now you was Kasadi.
Yeah.
Do you have people who have that money?
I can provide. Maybe I can provide, let's say, $200,000. Maybe Despite can provide, let's say, $2 million. Other people can provide $5 million. Some can provide $500,000, $50,000. But we all put them in the pool. And then we say we are using it to do this. And whatever will come out, we share. And then everybody will get his percentage. That's what they call shareholding. When you take a company like Microsoft, Microsoft is not owned by one person. Though it started by one person, Bill Gates, but he's not the sole shareholder. Shares have been floated, and a lot of people have bought into the shares, so they all own a percentage of it. Okay, Apple, the one who started Apple, he's dead and gone. Okay, Steve Jobs and Steve Woosner. Even Steve Woosner is alive, but Woosner is no more with Apple. You understand? They built that company, they floated shares, and people bought the shares, and the companies are working. So what I can tell you is that we need to go into capital formation as a country. We create capital, and then we do big projects so that we can get good returns. Instead of giving it to white people or white investors or foreign investors to come and dig the gold or dig whatever and take them away and go and add value to it, whatever. You know this thing, it's aluminium, is that not it? It's a product from what? Bauxite. So what do? You build a solid mining firm to do the mines of what? The bauxite. And then you build a plant that will add value and turn it into what? Alumina. And then you convert the alumina into aluminium because already we have vacuum. So you send it to vacuum, and the vacuum now turn it into aluminium. And then you build what they call extrusion plants. The extrusion plants will now convert the aluminium into these shapes, car body shapes, engine blocks. So you can produce engine blocks, anything with aluminium, you can produce them here.
Now, someone is going to ask that if you have all these ideas, why are you waiting until you become the president before you implement them?
Oh, you see, sweetheart,
why can't you share with the current president?
I've shared with you. I've shared with them now. Even right now, not only on this platform, so many platforms I've shared, but that is not what they are interested.
They have their own interests.
Exactly. Because right now, as we are talking, there's national security, they are listening to us. Let me insult the president or let me insult anybody. Within 5 minutes, they will be here to arrest me and you.
Actually, you alone.
No, because they will take you with me.
As your witness.
Exactly. So it means this good thing that we are sharing, are they not hearing that one? Can they apply it?
Take it up.
Exactly. So you see, we are interested with the pettiness, the petty. We are not interested in the big things. And then majority of the people too don't understand why they queue to vote. So my advice for the young people out there, don't depend on any politician.
And that will bring me to ask that you've spoken so much about job creation, empowering the youth and all that. How important is entrepreneurship, to an innovation in your national development strategy?
Yeah, you see, the young people carry vision. So whatever vision that they have, they need to be helped to bring it out. So as a government, we must be able to set up funds to enable the young people tap those funds to develop their ideas. So we must have what you call research and development.
Okay.
As a policy, that we are investing into research and development. So that department will be researching, and then will be adding value and developing those research products. And then people will now take it up and then grow it into entrepreneurship or businesses or whatever.
Now, you were saying that the unya general, so what general say the baby, and unya general kwadi their can shouldn't be so difficult for you to do. So let's just say that after school I've been unemployed, but I know how to knit. But I can afford only the needle and the knitting thread to make, let's just say, a tablecloth alone. How do I get to that level where I can make more to sell and make money? Because they made the
okay, there are so many. One important thing that one must have is honesty. You have to be honest. If you want to be rich, be honest, be truthful. You must have that credibility. So, assuming my brother on my left sells those things that you need, but you need money to go and buy them,
which you don't have.
Which you don't have the money. So, what happens is that you walk to your brother and tell your brother, oh, me saw boy na with the woman on credit. Na me timi add the value. Na me net bigger krana. He too has bought those items. You want to sell them. So if you can get somebody to buy and pay, why not? So that's what I'm saying. You have to be honest. You have to be truthful. You know, so if you want to make it in life, make sure what is not yours, you don't take. And when somebody give you credit, pay on time. If you are not able to pay on time, communicate to the person and tell the person, Charlie, I didn't say I'm bro and but unfortunately, I didn't know me sign to me Team America crack. I didn't cry any toy. You understand? So the person sees the item with you and knows that, oh, I didn't toy to know where they are a toy about between but whereby I didn't what tongue. So that person will not trust you again, and then that person will not keep quiet too. He will tell other people. So I don't know if you have gone to a place where you are supplying things to people, and then somebody will call you and say, you have to listen to that person because he is with that person there. He knows the nature of that person. So when Tina so what the manner so if you want to make it, you use OPM, other people's money. Other people's money will catapult you
to get your own money.
And then you need godfathers to help you in life. Those people who connect you. You know, human beings are our connection. Somebody will connect you. So you need them. Okay? But you have to be truthful so that people can easily connect you so that you don't disappoint them. Are you with me?
I get you.
There was this young little girl from Israel, and then this Jewish girl in the Bible. You know, he was captured. There was a war, and he was captured, and then she was living with the master. And then you realized that the master was a leopard. Okay, he had leprosy.
Okay.
And then that girl spotted and realized that. So he connived. Sorry, what word should I use? I mean, she was able to convince the wife of that man that, oh, if our Lord is in Israel, there's this prophet who could have helped him to recover from his illness. So the woman also spoke to the husband, and then they brought that prophet. The prophet came, and then the man got his healing. So through that young girl, the man got his healing. So anybody that you come into contact with, make sure you don't do anything for the person not to trust you, or the person to have something like a credibility deficit. Are you okay? Human beings are our connection.
The person should have confidence in you to entrust things.
Exactly.
In your care.
So there are so many guys in town. Through them, you can get far. But because you are untruthful, because you are dishonest, nobody will trust you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have been speaking with Mr. Kofi Akpaloo of the LPG, and it's been very, very insightful. In fact, he was pressed with time, but he still stayed with us. So give us your final words before you go.
Yeah, my final word is that you can make it in Ghana if you open your eyes. There are a lot of business opportunities in Ghana, because Ghana, we have so many troubles, we have so many problems, and every problem requires a solution. So whatever the problem is, find a solution and make it. Because you see, there's one young man going around. I think there are about 4 or 5 boys, call them bus stop boys.
Yeah, the bus stop boys cleaning
they've seen that there's filth around, and they are trying to clean it. They are making money. Is that not it? There's Davi in our area. I mean, she has realized that people are hungry, they needed food, so she started to produce gobe. Okay, and she's selling the gobe. Your mom was selling bokokwatoton on the street, and she helped you through your education, and now you have come out from university, and you are feeling shy to even let people know that that is your mom. That's your mom business. You are staying home, you don't have a job. That's your mom business. Take over, and do it well. Because this plantain, that ripe plantain that you are grilling and adding peanuts and whatever, you can brothelize it and package it neatly, and then you can say make more money. Now assuming umame tomba irachi any trophy and our way school also mame djuma we dey time umeso beye o pesa aban fowl and na KFC for fowl and a KFC for fowl no your manager because you bought tie it when you djuma. Meanwhile, a djuma na KFC for ye no na mame umame che bayre any trophy KFC for so much bayre any akoko
potatoes bayre India. So why you see what I'm trying to tell you is that on what potatoes so bit much by
no not this time I not packaging neatly and then not brandy not one by YFM 102.5 no be who marketing manager me so me discount na promote me business in mame. Give yourself, let's say 6 months. You'll be making 10 times of the money that you were being paid at KFC or whatever. Are you with me?
Right.
You see, there are a lot of opportunities in Ghana that you can make money and make money and make money, but people are not looking at it. You know, in your area you have some dressmakers, maybe SS and maybe JHS. I'm a Kusian dressmaker. I'm teaching you money. Bobo mano, omokusuan mo de fidie ko e. Bobo mano ne fo musi balanda bi so fie hono. Na ga just wo bi factory, small mini factory. Na kodwom ko chema me no to material and say madam, me so for material ni bi free me. Nem nkwa ni umutima pam no. Mo muto ma so pam ni neat. So le bi akika ho bi ani ho. Na start selling them kakra. By the time you realize, now when a full factory in their home, and then you have about 50 employees who are using their own sewing machines, and they're doing the jobs for you, and then you are making money. You see, making money is easy in this country if open your eyes. You see, Gary. Aquabis also a friend of Vivo Gary, is that not it? Kivo Gary. And then stop from so obeto Gary nibi. Every David Gary, you know, be a manento. I got top tobacco, or to can never start it. Na Gary no, per cocoa powder never one, ne per sugar for one, ne per a rubber for gum, na lebo no na China fo betuma lebo kama ma no was what to me din pivo gari na nam
it shouldn't even be a vo, you can choose
said be Congo for asun until no kwa betuma bivo so no dey near vivo kivo it no was any
ya advert man pa
say me come back so the me channel it I'm just also I you have to associate it with something for people to, you see, there are so many things that you can do in this country and make money.
Currently, what are you invested in?
At the moment,
apart from politics.
In fact, I'm on retirement at the moment, so I'm helping my wife. My wife is running this Dalu.
Not in Ghana, right?
My wife.
Yeah,
no, she has opened a restaurant here. Just at the corner here.
Remember the brand ambassador.
A friend of Dalu.
Cheche me ho. Remember
Dalu. He signed Coca-Cola factory. The next building, adjacent.
The new JP food.
No, it's Zen filling station. My wife knows.
Wow.
It's a restaurant, you know. My wife. And then Bia Ope was assisted by Babino.
Mate.
And then Bia and how much so Ede. Menona Midi. You know, Uncle Dear.
And Jania, we didn't make us say the Naka.
Oh, there is also be on my Jani. Only.
Right.
That
been a membrane have a lunch.
Oh, it's not crowd with me.
Or China Thursday.
It's not Thursday.
Okay.
It's not Friday. Any day, you come.
I'll come around. I've seen the place.
Oh, yeah, you love it.
How was when you remember who said in Kenya? I love well lighted.
Yeah, we are opening a second one at Pankrono on Monday.
Oh, fine.
Pankrono Ultimate Team. For alignment.
When are you opening it?
Monday.
Oh, my nyan in Tembe anyway, you better
say it Mr. The Eastern.
Minya memo ninte man come name squad
oh sure you can come with your squad.
That's
Momo they won't trash free food.
Please, we are not coming because we are coming to support.
Oh no, Mr. Say enjoy food. What I say? I just say woman how many years?
It's said a bako. 4 years.
Oh, only say on no chapota. Say what they Accra
there's a discount.
Accra no 8.5. But Accra 4 years there. So 20%.
On the say no be
exactly. So
me ho.
Yeah.
Me use so route ninti. Me te atonsu kwan so inti minimum me ho say
and quality food. And you know yeah eat well. Think well. Say would dia no adwene ye so the mechano
mo be hia me mo anti me ba na ya di nkom
ehun pa e pese wo be ba na maboa ye YFM na motimi ajeje ho amama fo aba
uni how me de wase say minim se uni adaje kra but ye tonsa frɛ wo no me fe.
Yeah.
You even insisted say upi no kra say monko kra yentwe na yenwie ehia me pa mesel say mo abemumu se ne se wo fi abefo kwa nim se wo abemumu da
make of Apollo eni me dictionary
that chibi no
some president no oh president there Tomela so media medi and Tomela so no so stop me from contesting so far as I met no every 4 years be me contesting be
no
na yesi people mo hwe Ghana so
na me se mehwe so a
na se my every se mehwe so a
boni be na mai
obi so ntia se akọ bi se papa we nya ska pa no hu no diska na ye
me kra maka bi da
na me hu nya sa nya ska na ni dim na me hu nya sa ni.
So thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're sponsored by Ambi Restaurant at Adiemra. Kohone kudidi kama pa